Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good night, wherever you may be listening from. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you about growth. This affects every area of our life, but you can't rule out that fact. Growth is a process of expounding anything you can think of, from your muscles to your lifestyle, weight loss, change of your habits. So just name it. Relationship, growth interface in every aspect of our life. In simple terms, it's about expanding the particular area, your capacity, your capability, how you impact your environment, just name it. So growth is a very essential topic that we cannot ignore. So having said that, you can understand that none of these areas mentioned so far are isolated. So invariably, growth is not in isolation. If you pick one particular area, let's say, for example, you wanted to increase the number of books you read in a day or in a year or in a month, the fact that you're reading books improves your mindset, open and gives you a wider perspective. Automatically, in return, you get dividends in relationship management, how you communicate, how you affect those people around you by the information, hopefully good information that you've absorbed from your reading growth journey. So growth is not isolated. And each of these areas, when you focus on and you are able to align them, can enforce each other. So the point is, whichever area of growth you want to focus on, understand that in return, the dividends is that other areas are indirectly, directly affected positively, hopefully with the view that your growth journey is on a positive perspective. Yes, there are 5 or more distinct areas of growth we can consider or we can look at, but that's not the point today. That's not what we are here for today. For example, you may want to talk about personal growth, professional growth, business growth, financial growth, spiritual or emotional growth. Yes, these are fantastic. They are all important. Don't get me wrong, but that is not what we want to focus today. We really want to zoom in and see what ingredients makes up that particular area for you that you can class as growth. So yes, hopefully these areas mentioned are obvious. Your personal, your financial, your professional, your spiritual, your emotional growth, they are all important. But let's take a step back and see how we can relate growth to our day-to-day lives. And that is the aim of this conversation we're having now, okay? Because if we can needle pick those little areas, you can relate to see that, oh, you're already growing in a particular area of your life. Because at times what we don't observe or measure or are aware of becomes illusional to us. And we live in isolation, not knowing that we're already embarking on that journey. But the objective is to see how we can harmonize, align these areas of growth that you may be on, and see that there is a holistic cycle generated from linking your personal growth to your professional growth, for example. So that alone, you can see that a shift in mindfulness can improve your clarity and leadership skills. I'm talking about spiritual to professional growth. And equally from your financial perspective, growth, again, from financial perspective, can relate to a shift change in your spiritual mindset, because when you have financial stability, it frees up a lot of space in your mental capacity. So you have a sense of deeper purpose. Yes, they are interrelated. That's the point. Your personal growth can impact your business growth. Why? Because the more self-aware you are, the more you can make quality decisions in your area of business. So these factors or these areas of growth, they are all interwoven. That is the essence of taking a critical look at growth in the area of interest to you. So today, I'm going to be sharing with you growth relating to my personal story. And hopefully this will relate to you or some of you in the perspective of where have I grown? Where do I need to look out for growth in my life? So recently, I took a solo trip to Lake District for the very first time. For many of you who have been to Lake District, you agree with me, it's beautiful, the atmosphere is calm, obviously in a good, warm, dry day. It's mind-blowing. there's so many lovely tourist attractions to see. The lake, the mountains, the valleys, the man-made caves is just so mind-blowing. On this trip, I fell in love. Oh yes, you heard me right. I fell in love with Lake District. The atmosphere, the calmness, the environment I could relate to, because for me, going on this trip was to learn more about myself, create more awareness, how my environment can speak to me, how I can benefit from just silence and listen out for what nature is saying. And it was a revelation moment for me. So it was a singular moment, and I can remember it vividly. An experience that changed my mindset. It gave me a new vision, a new revelation, and that's why I'm able to share this story with you today. Okay? Remember, on this trip to Lake District is an amazing location with lots of historic place to see, and the particular location I visited was Windermere and Amberside. Now, in Amberside, there is a famous and amazing bridge house. Yes, you heard me right. A bridge house. Not a bridge for car or for foot, but literally a bridge house. A house built over a stream. It's amazing. You can't go to Amberside and not visit this bridge house. So remember, I stayed in Windermere and had to go on lots of hike, walking around on the mountains, along the lake, took lots of photographs. It's just a purposeful, fulfilling, endless hiking. Wonderful memories to take from each location. So, what is the story about? Went on my solo trip to Lakeside, arrived at Windermere, went on a walk to different historic locations, particularly from Windermere, Amberside, I walked to Grasmere. Now, this is over 8 kilometers, as you can imagine. I'm hiking, lovely weather, lovely day. And I went to see the man-made cave, which is another mind-blowing. You can't comprehend that this was dug by humans. So, crystal, stream in the lake, the lightning, the reflection of the sun beaming on the stream inside the lake. It's just unthinkable. And lots of famous movies have already been shot in this particular location at Grasmere. Now, understand that this is a solo trip. I have my phone with me and internet, picking locations of interest and following the map, and I've been able to see series of locations. What intrigued me now was finding my way back to Windermere. With my interest to figure out, to learn more, to see more, I resolved not to go back the same route, but to take new route, to experience something different on my way back. So I asked the locals around me, passerbys, I intend to walk my way back to Windermere without going through the same route I came. My map, my internet, as you can imagine, is no longer accessible. I can no longer read the map. So I am stuck in the middle of nowhere, with the aim to continue my journey in a different direction, relying on public information, direction, as anyone would who is perhaps trying to find their way. But on this occasion, knowing fully well, you don't need to rely on one person. So I ensured I asked the first person, the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth. And they all pointed me in that I am heading the right direction. If I go down that road is going to eventually take me to Windermere. With confidence, reassurance, as a tourist who've never been to Grasmere before, I've listened out for directions, and here I go, heading to this lonely, hilly, single road with forests all around, no houses. I've walked about 30, 40, 50, an hour in the direction that 6 different people have indicated to me, making my way to Windermere from Grasmere. I kept on walking, looking around, glancing on my phone for the possibility of having internet, with the hope that I can call my family, with the expectation that I could get a lift or I could see someone along my journey and ask for direction, a reassurance if I'm on the right path. In my story, I was faced with difficulty. In my experience, I was faced with a new challenge. As you can imagine, I've walked for over an hour, relying on information I've been given by other people, with a burning desire to complete this journey, to learn new routes, to add it to part of the activity I've done on my solo trip. But guess what? My mind started playing tricks on me. I started questioning my senses. I started asking myself, what are you doing? It's already 6 p.m. and the weather is not as promising as earlier forecast. It's getting a bit darker than expected. What if I can't make it? What if someone runs me down by accident on this single and lonely road? There's no footpath. I'm hiking to a place I've never been before, all by myself. In this lonely forest, my motivation started dropping. My zeal started depreciating. Fear started coming in. I was anxious and worried at this point because it's getting dark. The stupid, lonely road. I have no means of calling for help. What's the possibility that I can make it through to see my loved ones again? So all these thoughts haunted my mind. You may wonder, what's my aim? What should I do? At this point, I became very vulnerable. Yes, you heard me right. I've already questioned my sanity. I've already questioned my decisions, my choices. I've already questioned, why did I listen to those individuals? I've already questioned my ability to make this journey successfully to win the mill. A lot of thoughts have gone through my mind. At that point in time, I made a decision to go back. Yes, you heard me right. At times, your growth reflects in taking a step back. Growth does not necessarily mean forward motion. Growth at times means retrieving and retracing your step. Funny enough, as soon as I started heading back, I met every individual along the way that gave me directions. And you could imagine the expression on their face. Obviously, beaming with smile, wondering, what am I doing here? And in response, I shoved my shoulders, expressing disappointment, hopelessness, and failure. That, you know what, I'm not going to take the risk. Went back the route I've came earlier on, and I was able to get back to Windermere successfully. What is the objective of my story? It's just to make you understand that growth, it also involves learning lessons, okay? In that process, you get to know your limits. You get to accept defeat, learn from it, and move on, or basically, in my case, move back if necessary. That is growth. Yes, that is growth. What is important to understand is how well you are able to align these lessons or experiences that life has thrown at you for a comeback moment or for a forward motion. Remember, all the locations of visiting, beautiful, amazing, the pictures, the video, awesome. But think about it. What if I was unable to share this story with you? Or show my family the pictures, the video, just because of my persistency to enjoy and learn a new route. So at times, you've got to stop like I did, okay? To me, at this point, growth sometimes means making mistakes and quickly recovering from it. Yes, that is it. Retrace your steps to the initial objective or plan. Accept it. Recognize that you failed. And failure is part of growth. Someone said failure is part of success. So literally, I've not failed. I've simply grown to understand, plan better, perhaps leave earlier, perhaps have to devise, perhaps understanding network coverage wherever you're going. So it's all about a comeback moment. Yes, obviously, there might not be a second chance for some individuals who may have gone that direction continually. But that is why we can always reset our course. So another objective to understand, having mentioned that growth gives you an opportunity to learn the lessons from your experience, is to also understand that growth has to be felt and measurable to motivate you to take action. In my story, I felt worried about continuing that journey. I felt anxious. I realized that going back would allow me to see my loved ones again. I realized that where I'm coming from is more important than where I'm going. So that motivates me to make that decision to go back. And now I can tell this story to you and obviously to my family. So growth can be felt, measurable, and should motivate you. In the context of growth that we are looking at, it affects every aspect of your life. Okay? What other objective from this story? Growth has to be memorable and noticed to transform your mindset. For me, I can remember that instance vividly. And hopefully, it will not repeat itself, because once bitten, twice shy. Measure your growth. Remember your growth. Your turning point is what transforms your life. Just imagine the fear and the worry I've experienced during that journey. How it put me under immense pressure and tension. Obviously, I'm not going to forget that moment because I felt it. So growth may appear negative, like a failure to you, or even a comeback at times. But that moment can save a life and give hope to try again and do better in my case. Take, for example, most seeds, when planted, first initially must die under the soil. That may not be growth to some of us, but to that seed, that is definitely a growth stage that he has to go through. And guess what? 3, 4, 5 days, depending on the type of seed, you see it springs out from the soil. It just died and is growing again. So if we can relate to failure, disappointment in the midst of growth, then we will be able to identify that indeed you are growing in a particular area of your life. And not beat yourself too much, because growth is subjective. Finally, from my story, it shows that growth may not necessarily be reversible, yes, but the process can be repeated, transferred to a new area to improve upon. You heard me right. Growth may not be reversible, because once you were 2 years old, now you're whatever age, 10, 20, 30, 50, 60, you can't revert that age back. But whatever experiences you've had in the journey of your life, you can transfer or apply those experiences in different aspects of your life. So growth, in my case, I'm not going to repeat that mistake again, obviously, but I can relate the experiences in other aspects of my life to be much better and do better. So, on reflecting on this, you will be better prepared next time. You'll plan better when you can identify area of growth that you desire. And you can relate all this, align them together, and you find out, wow, you have not actually been wasting time. In conclusion, growth reflects in all aspects of our lives. So yes, you want to focus on the main 5 growths area, yes, personal, spiritual, professional, business, emotional. Those are great, but there are intricate aspects that you're already growing. Growth is much more about aligning every aspect, from your cooking to your house chore to your time management, seeing how you can relate this to improve your life and the lives of those around you. When you can harness this, then growth has started. Progress becomes sustainable, balanced, and meaningful. I hope this has impacted your life and helped shift your mindset in the direction that you can applaud yourself in your journey of growth. My name is Emmanuel Isaac. Impact for Life is here to change your mindset.